let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys, because they did make a move that everybody knew was coming for weeks, but it became official on Friday that they are going to franchise tag. They have now franchise tagged George Pickens, their wide receiver, which means that now they have until July 15th to get a deal done, a long-term deal done, or he will play under that $27.3 million franchise tag. Mac, do you think they get the deal done? We've seen them in this space, in the franchise tag space. We have seen them have this be successful for them in the past. Des Bryant comes to mind, among others. What do you think this looks like through the offseason?
You know, if you would have told me 16, 17 months ago that the Dallas Cowboys would not come to a long-term agreement with Micah Parsons, I wouldn't have believed it. No. I didn't believe it. Up until the second that they traded him, I didn't believe it because they had never done that before. Now, this is a different issue, right? They had drafted and they knew Micah from day one. Well, they traded for George, and George had some baggage coming here, and I think it, for the most part, was okay. This is still a personality that I think everybody would agree there's some combustibility issue with it. And do you trust it? If you give this guy the franchise tag, will he play for you? Or is he going to sit there and pout and sulk the fact that he didn't get the contract? Is he going to sit there and say, no way, I should be getting top 5 wide receiver money? And the Cowboys side said, well, no, you shouldn't. Do you trust that it's going to stay stable if you can't come to a long-term agreement with him? I wouldn't. And I would, if I had to bet right now, yeah, I just don't see them. I don't see them thinking he's going to be okay playing under the tag, and they'll come up with a number that's agreeable shortly before the deadline.
Yeah, to me, the non-exclusive part of it is kind of the Cowboys hedging their bets. It's like either the market's going to dictate what we eventually have to pay him, or we let him go and we get our first-round draft picks anyway, and we can kind of move on and try and find someone in the draft. And that to me is like you're getting your bang for your buck either way. And I think they're kind of making a bet that Pickens' last sample size over those final few games where he was kind of checked in and out a little bit, I think they're going to try and bank on the rest of the league saying maybe he's not quite what we saw in the first 10 to 12 weeks of the season. And that might lower his market value enough to where then they can just match on a level that they feel comfortable with, Mike.
Listen, I get the reticence just because of what he was in Pittsburgh and what we saw for a longer period of time in Pittsburgh. There's not much about the 2025 season that concerns me relative to George Pickens. If who he was in 2025 is who he's going to be going forward for this franchise, and I'm not just talking about just the first 10 games, I'm talking about the entirety of the season. If that's who he's going to be, I don't have a problem with that, and I don't think the Cowboys should either. Now, is there still that voice in the back of your head that may go, hey, but yeah, he did a couple of these things in Pittsburgh? I get that part of it. I do get that part of it. What he did in the calendar year 2025, though, does not concern me. And I think there should be enough confidence off of that for them to be able to make a move here and roll with George Pickens going forward. I do like the strategic element of giving him the non-exclusive tag to now allow somebody else around the league to assist you in setting what the proper market value should be here for George Pickens. And you give yourself a win-win that, hey, if you do end up losing out on Pickens, now you got the 2 first-round picks coming. You're like, there are positives and there's logic to why the Cowboys did this the way that they have done it so far. But I don't know. Personally, I'm not that. I think George Pickens really likes playing with Dak Prescott. I think he loves playing with CD Lamb. I think he likes being a Dallas Cowboy. I don't think he's going to be a malcontent. I think he's an interesting personality. I don't think it's anything beyond that, though, relative to what we have seen while he has been in Dallas. Again, I get the little devil on your shoulder that says, hey, but what about all these things in Pittsburgh? But he may have also just grown up. It's plausible that maybe this guy over the course of the last year or so in a fresh setting and with people that he likes being with, maybe he grew up. That's possible too here.